Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Ever wondered how neighboring nations stack up against each other? It's a complex question, right? Today, we're diving into a comprehensive comparison between two major South Asian powers, India and Pakistan. We'll be looking at their military capabilities, the sheer size of their economies, and their industrial strength, specifically the number of factories and overall output. How do these two countries compare in 2025? Let's find out. When we look at overall military strength, India consistently ranks higher in global firepower indexes. For instance, according to recent 2024-2025 data, India is often cited as having the world's fourth strongest military, while Pakistan is also a formidable force, typically ranking around the 12th position globally. Active personnel and reserves. India generally has a significantly larger number of active military personnel, estimated to be almost 3 times larger than Pakistan's. We're talking about India's total military strength, including active and reserve personnel, being around 5.13 million, compared to Pakistan's approximately 1.7 million. Defense budget. This is a big one. India's defense budget for 2024 was around $86 billion, which is about 2.3% of its GDP. For the 2025-2026 fiscal year, India has pledged a record 9.5% increase, bringing its defense budget to approximately $78.3 billion, 6.81 trillion Indian rupees, though a significant portion of this goes to pensions. Pakistan, in comparison, spent around $10.2 billion, 2.7% of its GDP, in 2024 and is expected to increase its defense budget for the fiscal year 2025-26. Air Force. India possesses a larger fleet of military aircraft, around 2,200 plus, compared to Pakistan, around 1,400. Both nations are continuously modernizing their fleets, with India acquiring Rafale jets and developing its Tejas aircraft, while Pakistan has been inducting J-10C and JF-17 Block III fighters. Land Army. India holds an advantage in terms of the number of battle tanks, around 3,100 plus for India versus 1,800 plus for Pakistan, and artillery. Pakistan's armored corps relies heavily on Chinese designs like the Al-Khalid and Vermont 4 tanks. Navy. India's navy, with a longer coastline to protect, has a larger number of naval assets, around 290 plus, compared to Pakistan, around 120 plus. India is also focusing on expanding its submarine fleet, including nuclear-powered submarines. Nuclear capabilities. This is where the comparison takes a critical turn. Both India and Pakistan are nuclear powers. As of early 2024-2025, estimates suggest Pakistan possesses around 170 nuclear warheads, while India is estimated to have a similar, perhaps slightly smaller, arsenal. Both countries are continually developing their missile delivery systems. India has been working on longer-range missiles and submarine-launched capabilities. So, in terms of conventional military strength and defense spending, India has a quantitative edge. However, both nations possess significant deterrent capabilities, especially with their nuclear arsenals. Section 2. Economic muscle, GDP and growth. Now, let's switch gears to the economy. How big are their wallets, so to speak? The economic landscape presents a stark contrast. Gross domestic product, GDP, India. As of 2025, India's economy is significantly larger. Its nominal GDP is projected to be around $4.19 to $4.27 trillion, making it the fourth or fifth largest economy in the world, on par with or surpassing Japan. Pakistan. Pakistan's nominal GDP is estimated to be around $346 billion in 2024, with a projection of roughly $357 billion for 2025. This places it as the 11th largest economy in the Asia-Pacific region. Economic growth. India. India is recognized as one of the fastest-growing major economies. For FY 2024-25, GDP growth is projected at around 6.2% to 6.5%. Projections for 2025-26 also indicate robust growth. Pakistan. Pakistan's economy has faced more challenges recently. Growth for FY 2025 is projected to be around 2.5% to 3%, with hopes for a slight increase in FY 2026, supported by IMF programs and reforms. Key economic sectors. India. India has a diversified economy. The services sector is the largest contributor to its GDP, around 54 to 55%, including IT services, business outsourcing, financial services, and a large public administration and defense sector. The industrial sector, around 27 to 28%, including manufacturing and agriculture, also play crucial roles. Pakistan. Pakistan's economy also relies on services and agriculture. Its industrial base is narrower, with textiles, food processing, beverages, and pharmaceuticals being major components. So, when it comes to economic size and current growth momentum, India's economy is substantially larger and growing at a faster pace. Section 3. The industrial backbone, factories and output. What about the hum of machinery? Let's explore their industrial strength, which is often linked to the number and scale of factories and overall manufacturing output. Finding an exact, comparable number of factories can be tricky, as definitions and data collection vary. So, we'll focus on industrial output and the manufacturing sector's health. India's industrial landscape. India has been actively working to expand its manufacturing sector, aiming to become a global manufacturing hub. There's a strong focus on diversifying into new areas like electronics and advancing traditional sectors like automobiles. Recent data for FY 2024-25 showed India's industrial output growing, though with some fluctuations. For instance, industrial output grew by 3% in March 2025, with an overall growth of 4% for the fiscal year 2024-25. Key manufacturing sectors showing positive contributions include basic metals, coke and refined petroleum products, and electrical equipment. India has a vast and diversified industrial base, striving to manufacture everything from aircraft to pharmaceuticals. Pakistan's industrial landscape. Pakistan's industrial base is comparatively smaller and more concentrated, with a significant emphasis on textiles. Other important sectors include food and beverages, tobacco, and pharmaceuticals. Recent trends in Pakistan's large-scale manufacturing industries, LSMI, have shown some contractions. For example, LSMI contracted by 1.87% during the first half of FY 2024-25. There have been month-on-month fluctuations, with some periods showing declines in output. Key sectors contributing to recent declines included food, petroleum products, though some data shows increases here, indicating variability, cement, and iron and steel. The energy sector's efficiency and debt have been challenges for Pakistan's industrial growth. While precise factory counts are elusive, the data on industrial output and the breadth of the manufacturing sector suggests India currently has a larger and more diversified industrial base. Both countries, however, recognize the importance of strengthening their manufacturing capabilities for future economic growth. It's important to remember that these are just snapshots based on available data. Both India and Pakistan are dynamic countries with unique strengths, challenges, and immense human potential. Development is not just about numbers, it's about the well-being and progress of their people. These comparisons often highlight areas of competition, but also underscore the potential for regional growth and stability if common challenges are addressed. What are your thoughts on this comparison? Were there any figures that surprised you? Let me know in the comments below.